Hi, thanks for stopping by. It's been a couple of minutes, huh? So here it is, the end of April 2021. It's been probably a year or so since my last entry into lavender tea. And why is that, I wonder? Let me think. Oh yeah, it was that pandemic thing that's still going on. Well, I am fully vaccinated now, and that's a good thing because that's given me back a little bit of ability to be kind of me, go outside, not have to wear a mask if I'm just walking to get the mail, or not wear a mask if I would like to meet people in the park for a picnic or something. That's kind of exciting. Feeling a little bit more secure about that part, but wow, talk about triggers. Isolationism is no joke. Isolationism, when it kicks up all those feelings of not being able to visit friends or leave the house because you're in a strange house in a strange city and your abuser is making it really, really hard for you because they've taken the car and left you with two very bored small children. Well, living in the house isolated with two very bored adult children kind of brought back some of those. The good news is that, of course, we could reason it out because, well, we're adults. But it has been an incredibly rough year, and I shudder to think of all my brothers and sisters out there that suffered even more abuse because of the isolationism, because they couldn't get to a shelter or didn't feel like it was safe to go to a shelter or reach out for help. And yet, here I am now on the other side, kind of, sort of, at least looking at the end of the tunnel, I hope. It's still terrifying out here where I live. People are resistant to the vaccine. I have QAnon neighbors for sure. And it just triggers all of those weird, out of control responses for me. But I think things are getting better. I really do. I think this will be the beginning of some good things that will happen for myself and my family as we once again rise from the ashes around us. Oh, please, no jokes about how I live near Phoenix. It's not lost on me ever. So what have I learned? I've learned a lot over this last year. I really have. I've learned that I'm a much better baker and cook than I ever dreamt possible. Gotten really, really serious about my baking, and that's kind of fun. But what have I really learned? I've learned that I have to reach out for help when I need it. There was a period there not that long ago where I went to bed every night hoping fervently that I wouldn't wake up. And every morning that I woke up cursing fervently that there are no gods, because if there were, I wouldn't have woken up. Triggered in part because of the lack of control, triggered in part because of CPTSD, and triggered in part because I lost some very dear friends during this last year. Not all to COVID, just a lot of people were dying. There was a period where every time I looked on social media, it was another dead person that I knew directly or within 2 degrees of separation through friends. I lost people that were part of my support network. One very important person that was in my life longer than any of my marriages had lasted. And yes, the dogs are still here. I don't remember whether I had adopted Kona and my daughter had adopted Appa before my last post, but we're back to 3 dogs in the house, and that's kind of nice. I've also learned that I should probably never again adopt a puppy. I really don't have the patience for training a puppy. So I learned that about myself. But seriously, the big thing that I've learned is it's okay to not be okay. I know that's a commonly used phrase and it's overused and it's simplified and it's trite, but it's true. I did finally reach out. I did finally come clean with my therapist, tell her what I was thinking, and we worked through it, and I feel better now. But I also know that I'm living on a very, very fragile time in my life. And at any moment, the rug could be pulled out from under me, or I could slip through the cracks of reality. So it's a battle every day, and I know I'm not alone. And that's part of why I'm doing this now, because I know I'm not alone, and you're here, and you're listening, and that helps. So big lessons, reach out for help, take up a new hobby, maybe baking, and put the small stuff to the side. I rock the COVID-19 for sure, but weight loss is something I can do later when things are settled and I have more of a clear direction of where life will take me. I hope the year hasn't been too horrible for you. I hope you've all come through it with relative grace and dignity and honor. And I hope that your loved ones are still with you. And for those of you that have lost their loved ones, whether biologically related or family of choice or just the dearest friends possible, I share your grief and I share your burden. I honor your tears and I honor your mourning the loss of so much. But I also hold hands with you, and together we can move forward and try our best to make what comes ahead of us a better year. So I'll close for now, and I'll try to get back sooner than a year from now. Bye.